Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Happy spring. I'm affirming. Happy spring. Let's sing. Let's sing together. Higher place. Go, girl.
We missed you last week. Happy soon-to-be warm Sunday, everyone. Enjoy it because the snow's coming back. We're so glad to have you here with us at the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living, whether you are in this room with us or one of our love streamers joining us in our Facebook sanctuary. My name is Linda Brewer, and I'm so privileged that I get to welcome you here. And I want to ask all our love streamers, please share your name and where you are so you all can connect with each other the way we get to do here in the room. Our practitioners serving today are Selena Ball, who will be sharing her reading and leading us in prayer, and our practitioner emeritus, Audrey Gum, who is holding high watch throughout this service, knowing the best and highest is unfolding for each one of us as we share this sacred time together. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor every pathway by which people seek to know and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make the world a better place. So if you will, and you are willing to not just say this but embody it, please join me in saying our purpose statement. We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. Thank you. Our theme for this month is We Got This, and Reverend Cindy's talk is called Living on the Flip Side. Not sure what that is. I'll get to find out, won't I? And for our special music today, it's the most special of all special music. It's our band! Because it doesn't get any more special than that. It's true. Remember, please, to sign up at the hospitality table for a name badge, which I was running late and I forgot to put mine on. But we do want to start wearing those so that we can more easily connect with each other. Some of us are older and we forget people's names, and some young people do that too. I've discovered. So it really helps people connect so you don't get that embarrassment of, I'm not going to talk to her, I can't remember who she is. So anyway, we'd like to have everybody start doing that. So please sign up at the table and we'll get those made any day now, or any week now, or whatever. All right. Do we have any first-time guests with us today? If so, will you raise your hand so we can welcome you? I'm not seeing any unfamiliar faces. So, all right, you guys, tell your friends about us. We're a great place to be. All right, I'm going to affirm for everyone here that you experienced a blessing this morning. Welcome back. So today, following the service, you all get to go do whatever you want to do. Because the practitioners have a meeting, and so there's nothing scheduled for the rest of you, and just go enjoy your day, because it's a gorgeous day. All right. But next Sunday, after the service, we do have our monthly visioning. This is a wonderful opportunity to join together with your spiritual community as we listen for what Spirit tells us about what it wants us to manifest through our community here. And if you've never done it before, you'll learn how to do it, and then you can do it at home and ask Spirit what it wants you to manifest for your life. So it's a really cool thing. So I encourage you to join us next week. On St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, we will have our annual meeting and our St. Patrick's Day potluck. That's a date change from the first email that got sent out. So those of you who have already so efficiently changed on your calendar, great. The rest of you, please make sure it is on your calendar, because this is a wonderful time. There's so many things that we do, like electing our new board, and lots more things, but that's still a little bit away, and I won't spend a lot of time telling you, and you can always find it out on our website, which is spirituallyfree.org. And you can do lots of other stuff there, but you're all here and you know that stuff, so I'm not going to bore you with it again. I am, however, going to bore you with reminding you that our center was founded on, and it is grounded in prayer, that our professional prayer practitioners are ready to know for you the best and highest in any area of your life where you may be struggling to know that for yourself. They will be available in the practitioner room across the hall after the service. And if there's anything that you're struggling with, I encourage you, please, let these wonderful practitioners pray with you, because you'll be really glad you did. So right now I invite you to settle in and allow Selena's reading and the centering music to connect you with that spirit within, and then Selena will lead us in prayer.
Good morning. Our reading this morning is adapted from a great book called The Power of You by Chris Michaels. Everything is being transformed from the inside out. Each of us is on our own path with our own unique challenges to face and stories to unfold. Yet somehow our stories are all intermingled. We're all part of a bigger story, the story of an awakening consciousness for planet Earth. When I see things from that perspective, it helps me be more patient with myself and more compassionate with others. We don't collectively arrive all at once, conscious and awake, all 7 billion people. We awaken individually, just as we have been created individually and uniquely. We do it one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, one choice at a time. Don't think you are alone in this struggle. You're not. We're all here together, working out our issues in our own time, each growing, learning, and healing. You are changing and getting better, even though at times it may seem like you're making no progress at all. You can decide each day to make a new choice and set a new course for your life. Never underestimate the value of the spiritual work you are doing. It has a cumulative effect on your consciousness and on the collective belief system. We know from history that one person's awakening can change everything.
I lean not on my own understanding. My life is in the hands of the Maker of heaven. I lean not on my own understanding. My life is in the hands of the Maker of heaven. I give it all to you, God, trusting that you'll make something beautiful out of me. I give it all to you, God, knowing that you'll make something beautiful out of me. So I will climb this mountain with my hands wide open. I will climb this mountain with my hands wide open. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on. 'Cause I lean not on my own understanding. My life is in the hands of the Maker of heaven.
So I open this meeting, this day, with absolute gratitude. Looking out this morning at the radiant sun, our majestic mountains so clear and stunning. My gratitude for being here in this place with my beloved community. A place of growing and learning, laughter, connection. For it's from this place that I recognize that one presence and power moving in and through all of life, expressing this day and always as divine right action, absolute love, compassion, intelligence, And just as I know these truths of the divine, I know that I am part and parcel of that one. Just as I know this truth for all here and now, whether you're in this room or joining us virtually, no matter where, all of creation moving together today and always with ease and grace. So I just bless this meeting. I bless each person being of service this day, each person in attendance, and for all of our brothers and sisters, no matter where they are, for every animal and plant, for the radiant sun, for Mother Earth. Blessings and more blessings. So I just rest in that knowingness of love, delight, as together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Selena. Okay. So when negativity surrounds us, we can know it all turns around. Flip side. Let's sing this great song together. One day.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when
today? Today. I'm so pleased we get to share some music with you today. This was one of our most popular re-requests since Thanksgiving. We did this song. This is such a moving song by the Waylon Jennings. It's called One Voice. Beautiful harmonies, very simple song. Listen to the lyrics. They're just beautiful.
This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice, the sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too. The sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of all of us, singing with love and a will to trust. Leave the rest behind and return to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of one voice, one people, one voice, a song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice.
Wow, you guys. Del, I think I beat you to the tears today. Whew. Did you all feel that? We are so blessed in this community with such talent and big hearts that share with us from week to week. I'm just taking a moment so I can just really revel in that love that's in this room and the open hearts that just happened from that song. So thank you. So we got this. That's been our theme this month. And my title, Living on the Flip Side. Don't worry, you'll know what I'm talking about in just a few minutes here. But before I go there, I wanted to finish off with Black History Month. Every February, we get to honor the contributions of Black Americans in this country and what they've brought. And they've brought so much. Last week, Reverend Keith told us about George Washington Carver, that he wasn't just a peanut man, right? He was a scientist. But more importantly, George Washington Carver was a modern-day mystic. A couple of weeks ago, I told you about Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler. She was alive from 1831 to 1895, and she was the first Black American physician. Amazing. And what profound changes she brought to this country, not just to Black Americans, but by creating these handbooks for doctors to use all over this globe. What an amazing woman. So I have another woman, and she's not necessarily a scientist, but she's made such a big difference in my life, I wanted to talk about her. So I'm going to introduce her today to you. Her name is Gladys West. She was born Gladys May Brown in Sutherland, Virginia. Her family was an African-American farming family and a community of sharecroppers, and she spent much of her childhood working on the family's small farm. She became a mathematician. She is known for her contributions to mathematical modeling the shape of the earth, and her work and development of satellite models that were later incorporated into global positioning system. GPS. How many people here use the GPS? Daily, all the time? Yeah, so I'm grateful for her contribution. In fact, I remember when my wife and I first got together, and she had one of those GPS systems that were outside of the car and not in your phone, and she bought herself a new one and said, here, you can have the old ones. And I'm like, nah, I don't need that. I can get around. You know, I came from those times of Thomas guides and, going online and printing out my MapQuest turn by turn, right? And I was like, I don't need that. Well, the moment I started using it, I realized, oh, this is a great thing. So, Gladys, not only were her contributions not recognized at the time, but in the middle of her groundbreaking work of calculating, she was still discriminated because of the color of her skin. This is what she said. I strive hard to be tough and hang in there the best that I can. That's her quote. So that's my introduction to the flip side, because this woman lived on the flip side. She didn't live on that side of people saying that she's not as good or smart because of the color of her skin. She was a very gifted mathematician and made a profound difference on this planet. So we are these spiritual beings living this human life. We have this thing called free will. Whew. And boy, do we use it, right? But this allows us to make moment-to-moment decisions on how we want to show up and how we want to show up in our consciousness, which I'll go into in a moment. Sometimes when we react to things, we actually go back in our mind and remember what happened when this happened. And we make a decision that that's what's going to happen moving forward, instead of just allowing the now moment to unfold in a beautiful way. So, more on the flip side. when I talk about the flip side, I need to talk about the stages of consciousness. And the place I come from is language by Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, who talks about the 4 stages of consciousness. So here's the backside of the model, or not living from the flip side. It's victim and victor. Victim consciousness means that whatever happens in your life, you have a tendency to say, he did that to me. Society did that to me. The doctor messed me up. The teacher didn't see my brilliance. Do you get it? Everything that's happened to you is because of someone else doing something to you. It's outside of you. Victor. Now, you might think, well, victor, I'd rather be a victor than a victim. Yes, and we're talking about that free will stuff here. Victor consciousness, you recognize that you can manifest different outcomes. And here's the thing. It's still a place of free will and not allowing spirit to use you, work through you, because you're manipulating whatever you can with your talents and your ways of showing up to make it come out differently. You're not just allowing, you're making sure that it comes out different, right? So that's victim and victor. I call this, again, the backside of the model, and it's those places that we react. We're reacting based on those past history, those past experiences, those things that have happened where we've decided, oh, well, that's the way life is. The front side of the model, or living on the flip side. Through me and as me. Through me is that place that I allow spirit to use my life, my voice, my talents. It comes through me. I am a vessel for this power and presence to use my life. And as me, it might sound very similar, but the difference is I know I am the one. I know that I am the I am in the exact form that I came in the exact form that you sit in this room or listen online. You are one in the same. Again, I call this the flip side. It allows me, again, that free will stuff, to consciously respond based on where I want to live, through me and as me. So, I have to just say, I am very aware that sometimes I go to the backside of the model. But I catch it right away. It happens to all of us. I don't care how well spiritually practiced you are, it happens to everybody. In fact, I'd say it's more like a bouncing in between. Sometimes I call the backside of the model below and the flip side, the front side of the model, above. So am I coming from above or below that line? It's very important. So we really are here for a commitment to live this big, grand life that we're given. That's what we're here for. Whatever way it outpictures as your life. Whether you serve lunches, whether you're a doctor, whether you work with numbers, whether you work with people, that's what you're here to do. That's what we're here to be committed to do. And sometimes the landscape of circumstances can be a lot, yes? So, how many times have we asked ourselves, why can't we just get along? Anyone? I have a recent one of those, which I'll weave into what I'm talking about here. So, from arguments with spouses, partners, family members, coworkers, that differing in cultures, politics, countries, it creates a friction. So this friction is actually always here because we are beings of energy. We are light beings. We're energy. We are energy beings that have come into this form. And just because we're here on this earth as an energy being, that's friction right there. However, there are some versions of friction that can be very exciting. Like when you're excited to go to a concert or come here, or you're excited because you just met someone new. Or you're learning something new. There can also be that other kind of friction that doesn't feel so good. The friction of, not this again. That friction of, I just want to get along. I really just want to get along. So the truth is that friction that we might label bad or challenging, that's the friction that really grows us. Isn't that a rub? Right? Rub, friction, yes. So friction is simply a law of physics, really. Right? When high frequency energy hits lower frequency energy, it causes this friction to occur. So, the truth of who we are is a very high frequency. Do you get that? There's so much energy, it's unlimited. Our potential, our resources are unlimited. We are made up of the same stuff as the stars in the sky and that amazing big full moon that we've had the last couple nights. That's big frequency. So when we hit those times of good versus bad feeling, that's the time where we want to be conscious and make choices and respond instead of react. So, it just so happens, like I had mentioned, that in my life I was feeling some friction in my last trip to Los Angeles. Some of you know and some of you don't know that my brother is nearing the end of his life. Nearing, I don't know, a week, a month, 3 months, but he's in hospice care right now. And I've been going back to Los Angeles quite a bit so that I could spend time with him and be with my family. And what happens when you mix grief and stress is sometimes with family members, they need to let that stuff go. And it just so happens that this last trip I was the one to be the bearer of that angst and that anger. Now I can say there's parts of the process that I really showed up the way I wanted to show up. And I can tell you that there's parts of this process that I didn't exactly meet my intention of how I wanted to show up. So that caused me to say, hey, how can I make this better? How can I make the times that I'm with the family a time where I'm really grounded and bringing the love, even when everybody's stressed out and sometimes saying unkind things to each other? So this is what I've come up with. And these things I've come up with are intermingled, science of mind and energy codes, because you all know that's who I am. Those are my favorite teachers. So the first one is to always be tuned into my center, my core. Tuned in. The minute I walk through those doors, I'm tuning in. I'm paying attention to how I feel, making sure that I'm centered. I become so focused, so physically focused in who I am, that nothing can shake my core. So tune in, physically focus myself, and then I decide how I want to feel. I didn't quite meet that one last time I went. I decide that no matter what is said, what is done, how people are stressing out about the circumstance, I decide that I want to show up as love. Next is the breath. You all know I say it's all about the breath. We are breath. Breath. Every breath we take is our life. Our life is our breath, and our breath is our life. And I make sure that I stay in my central core when I breathe. And I can do that when I remember to do that before I'm in the midst of a situation. That's another one I could have done better. I'm not saying this to beat myself up, you guys. I'm saying this because, wow, did I learn from this incident. It took me a couple of nights to really get to this place, but I'm very grateful that it happened. The next thing is to relax. Relax and stay in that state of wholeness, of knowing who I am. The next one is refrain. I did good with that. I think I bit my tongue a little bit, but refrain from needing to prove a point. Refrain from needing to be right. Refrain from trying to explain yourself. Refrain. The next one is listen. Not just listen, but really hear. Because if you're really listening, you can hear the grief in between the words. Because that's what was there. It had nothing to do with me. So listen and hear. When I say living on the flip side, it means that I want to have my list already done and ready to go when I step into a situation that I might think will be challenging. And again, part of what I did last week was I stepped into a situation that's already been hard. I'm not going to pretend it wasn't hard before, but I was coming from that reactive place of, oh boy, you better put on your armor, you better get ready because this could be really tough. And guess what? It was. So now I get to do it differently. Differently because I get to bring this talk to you and I got to sit down and really work with myself about what's going on and how can I make this better? How can I live from that flip side? So, when we come into contact with our core truth of who and what we are, no one can shake that. And the core truth of who I am is that I don't have to be right. I don't have to be wrong. I can just be that loving presence of who I am. The core truth of who I am is that there is nothing wrong with me. I'm not showing up in an incorrect way in this situation. Like all of us, we're doing the best we can. So after the sting of these things that happen, or that happened for me last week, after a couple nights of a little rough sleep and working it out in my consciousness as I was resting, I really came out of it knowing who I am. I don't know if you know this, but in ministry, a lot of people want to tell you what you should do and how you should do it. Yep, it even comes down to what you're wearing, what you're saying. Yeah, Reverend Michael used to say, get ready because you're going to be living in a fishbowl. Right? Everyone can see into the water and see what you're doing, and they might like it or not like it. And that's okay. Because I, today, know who I am because of what I've been experiencing with my family. So, again, the truth of our being is that we're already okay. Can you just be okay with being okay? Yeah. This truly is living on the flip side. I want to give you a quick little experience of the flip side. Just close your eyes for a second. And think about something that's the backside of the model. Maybe a situation, a conversation. It maybe have been with a spouse or a friend, a coworker. But the last conversation you had that felt like there was that friction there. Once you have that, I want you to breathe into your heart and feel love from either that beloved pet of yours or spouse or grandparent, or the last time you stood and witnessed a sunrise or sunset, and just feel that love. Now I want you to just take that love and enfold that friction, whatever it was, whatever person was involved or whatever happened, and just enfold that moment of friction with that love. As your vibration rises, so do the others that are involved with this. As your vibration rises, as your love rises for the other person, so does your self-love rise. Just notice how that feels. Notice how it feels in your body. And as you begin to embrace that love, the isolating friction that came before can just melt away. And leave just love. When you're ready, you can open your eyes again. I once heard Dr. Sue say, once on the flip side, the focus is to experience the self as a liberated source of love. It is to share in exchange of nature on a conscious level and be awake to what is happening, rather than subject to happenstance. It is to experience the true you, creator on earth, source in a body. That's what we are, source in a body. And when we are loving another, we're actually loving ourselves. So the more you can love that source of friction, listen in, is the more you love yourself. From the book Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Myss, she says, To fulfill your divine potential and even to resolve many issues of daily life, you must enlist a higher plane of consciousness. It would be best if you got beyond reason to where you can see and understand that symbolic or greater meaning of the experiences. Whew. Yeah, I just went through that. Your quest for meaning in itself a form of spiritual practice. Questions such as why have I been born and how do I find the voice of God within me are in fact spiritual invocations, prayers that are answered not in words but through experience. These questions activate your divine potential, energize your archetypes, and compel you to complete your agreements or contracts with other people. So, would have rather not had this experience? On a human level, yes, I'm not going to lie. And yet my soul knows that it was my opportunity to know myself even more. To really know who I am as unbroken, unwavering. A soul that is full potential and spirit and light. And at a high vibration. So I'll end with this one quote from Ernest Holmes to just wrap it all up. The way to arrive at high consciousness is to have great faith and willingness and the ability of spirit to do all for us by working through us. We must believe in inherent goodness and all-powerfulness of the Spirit. We must let every path lead us back to the point where we realize the inner presence of the great reality with that capital R. There, through the door of our own thought, we enter into the universal consciousness, into a complete realization of life and truth, and of love and beauty. That's the life that we are here to live. One of love and beauty. One of living on the flip side of higher consciousness. Let's pray. So just taking in that nice deep breath, and as we breathe in this day, we're just going to remember that place of love that we found when we did our exercise. Breathe in through that loving space and place. And with great gratitude, I begin this prayer. Gratitude for even the hard stuff. Gratitude for family and friends, and gratitude for those ones that cause the friction, that remind me of who I am. Gratitude for this beautiful day that we get to experience. Bright sunshine, clear skies, snow-capped mountains. Grateful for this beautiful, beautiful band, our Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living band, that caused the armor of our hearts to just crumble so that we can be in this room and love each other. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to know that there's only one power, one presence, one love. Whether you call it God, Spirit, Buddha, mindfulness, consciousness, love, energy, light, that divine matrix that's in and through everything. It's in the rays of sunshine. It's in this building. It's in this state and this country we live in. It's in our globe and every other country. There truly is no place that God is not. It's always present. It's never absent. So knowing that truth, I claim and know that I am that I am. I am one and the same as the one, and I know that everyone in this room is here to carry out that commitment of coming into form in these body temples as the love, as the light, as spirit. To let spirit use their hands, use our voice, use our life to fulfill the love and beauty that this world is. So knowing that is the truth in this beautiful divine container of love that we call prayer, whatever your prayer is my prayer too. If you're also praying for someone that's going through an illness or is in hospice or is in some challenge way, I know that their life is brought forth and ending in only the way that they can do it in their journey, in their adventure, and that we allow it with love. We allow it to inform our lives. We allow it to enrich our lives, to remind us of the love and beauty that we are. And for the beloveds in this room that are knowing for themselves a job, a career, something that they're called to do that informs their finances, that they have everything that they'd ever need or want, and that they can always give from the overflow. I claim and know that by what you're saying yes to is rewarding you tenfold, that you have all needs met. Whether it's giving from that overflow, whether it's those simple things that for some people might not seem so simple, like paying the rent or gassing up the car, that all needs are met, that whatever is your prayer request, the answer is yes. You are held, your resources are met. There's nothing that you lack, because your heart is opening and open right here in this moment, allowing it to be fulfilled in every possible way. And for those of us in this room and beyond that are knowing war ends, that are knowing peace, that are knowing a prosperity of love, that are knowing that this is what we're here to do and be, that we just hold that truth in our hearts and do everything that we can do on a daily basis to not be at war with ourselves or anyone within our vicinity, so that that vibration, it takes over the world. And I leave you space and a place to say your name and what your prayer requests are of yours or your beloveds. Say it now. Add it to this field. Cindy. My spiritual family, your prayers have been received and heard. This is what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that the universe always, always, always hears, receives, and responds with answered prayer, whatever way that looks. So this is what I know as we release it, as we release these words in this prayerful time into the law, into the soil, into that place that always works. We get to surrender our little selves and step into our great, big, vibrant energy self. with gratitude. And we anchor this prayer by saying with me, and so it is. Amen. Ashe.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
So I am
I am
grateful for all of you that come here week after week. I'm grateful for all of you that give automatically. Come on. I am grateful for the ushers that are coming forward to send the baskets through the room. I'm really grateful that we all get to make a commitment to this place. Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living, we can't do it one at a time. We have to do it all together. We're a team. We're a community. We allow our gifts to do good work, to thrive, to have this magnificent music program, to do outreach projects that are coming this year, to have wonderful speakers that come forth that remind us of who we are, like the wonderful Reverend Keith that was here last week. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Sue. So let's bless this offering by outstretching our heart through our hands and repeat after me. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
We are so blessed.
We are so blessed.
We know that which we give
That which we give
comes back,
comes back,
multiplied abundantly.
multiplied abundantly.
We are so blessed.
We are so blessed.
And so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone the way I last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shine upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
So we're going to do something quite different for our next song. You can trip back with us to the 70s, early 70s. This song has a great message. I want you to know that Rory challenged our band to learn both our first song today, the One Voice, and this one. Hold your head up. I'm so grateful for this member of our band who continually challenges us.
Thank you. Well, I get bored really easy, so it's
So, yes. Oh, okay. I was asked to introduce everybody in the band. Okay. I'm Rick. Rick Charette. This is Delanne Haslam. She's our fine lead singer. Rory Norseth on lead guitar. Behind him is Ricardo Romero on drums.
Ricardo.
Next to him is our troublemaker. This is Drew Binkard. And the phenomenal Leslie Monroe on the keyboard. So this is a great song that I think speaks to the flip side. It's called Hold Your Head Up.
And if it's bad, don't let it get you down. You can take it. And if it hurts, don't let them see you cry. You can make it. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head high. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head high. And if they stare, just let them feast their eyes on you moving. And if they shout, don't let it change a thing that you're doing. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head high. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head high. Leslie. Hold your head up, 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 woman, hold your head up, woman, hold your head up, woman, hold your head high. And if they stare, just let them feast their eyes on you moving. And if they shout, don't let it change the thing that you're doing. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head up, woman. Hold your head high.
And there I went, right back to high school.
It's awesome you can remember it.
Thank you, Reverend Cindy, for that really inspiring message today. It was awesome. It was awesome. We can't grow unless we experience friction. Just can't do it. We can resist it. Been there, done that. Yeah, I just wanted to avoid friction at all costs, and then we're not taking the invitation to grow, right? If we stifle that, we'll create mischief in our lives and probably in our bodies as well. So thank you for that reminder. Yeah. Yeah, face the growth. Feel the friction. Allow it to move you. We get a lot of great friction in music. And then it always resolves, right? Thanks, everybody. I want you to remember that you can always grab a practitioner and have a quick prayer before you head on your way for lunch or whatever. Take that opportunity. It's magic. It's not magic, but it feels magical. Let's.
He made a heck of a chart for that last song that we could read and follow. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome. Let's stand, everybody. Let's sing our closing song. This is an affirmation. We belong to each other. This is a great way to experience that in this community.
Born to